I said salute to the untouchable True School Sports Empire.
That's
Taking
right,
over
the untouchable.
not only the South Florida boxing scene, but the worldwide boxing scene.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to talk about this because, boxing's real slow right now. There's nothing going on so far as fights and cards are concerned. So this is giving me time to catch up on things that maybe I haven't talked about this year, or maybe things I may have missed, recently. And one of the fights that, two of the fights, I should say, that I didn't talk about this year, that I should have made videos about when they happened. But I want to talk about it because there could be a trilogy. There could be a trilogy in 2023 regarding this. And no, it's not no big names, but I think this is what we're talking about. So for those of you who know, for those of you who don't know, there were two fights on Top Rank undercards this year. One took place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas in April. The other one took place at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on a Shakur Stevenson undercard. And they're both this year. That second one was in September, and both fights ended in draws. And the fights I'm talking about are the fights between Chicago's very own Antoine Cobb and Florida's very own, not South Florida, but Florida, Ebro, Florida's very own Jaylan Playin Phillips. Now, I've met Jaylan Playin Phillips on one occasion. Great guy. Got not a bad word to say about him at all. He's one of these guys that, I really do respect his journey in the sport, because here we have a guy in Jaylan Phillips who really is getting off the muscle. This guy didn't have no crazy amateur background. We're talking about maybe less than 30 amateur fights, doing a lot of learning on the job, taking tough fights. He had that great interview on The Boxing Voice that I watched a couple months ago, where he was basically talking about how he has to walk miles and miles and miles just to go train at his gym, at City Athletic Boxing Gym. He'll run there, actually. That's what he said. And so this is a guy that really is scratching, clawing, and fighting for everything he has in the sport. Right now, as it stands, he's had 5 pro fights. He's 1-2-2. 1 win, 2 losses, 2 draws. Now, his biggest name opponent was Abdullah Mason. This was the guy that Abdullah Mason fought in Abdullah Mason's pro debut, and Abdullah Mason knocked out Jaylan Phillips in his pro debut in the second round. But other than that, the fight after that, he fought a fighter named Kyle Irwin, lost a split decision, and then he's had these 2 fights with Antoine Cobb that have ended in draws. Now, Antoine Cobb, for those that don't know, he's one of these guys that signed a Top Rank. He's a fighter that's very closely affiliated with Shakur Stevenson. He sparred Shakur Stevenson plenty, and he's one of these guys. He's coming to you live and direct from a very grimy place known as Chirac, Chi City, Chicago. He's one of the last of the Mohicans, one of the last few Chicago fighters we got left in boxing, and he got out to a brilliant start in his career. He scored a sensational knockout in his pro debut against I don't remember his opponent's name, but I just remember watching it. He had a really sensational pro debut, knocked the hell out the guy. And then after that, Top Rank threw him to Jaylan Phillips, who didn't have a whole lot of amateur experience, and they've had 2 very close fights, 2 draws. Now, truth be told, I thought Jaylan Phillips should have at least 1 win, and he should have no less than a draw. I don't think he lost any one of the 2 fights, and I think that he should have gotten a win. Honestly, I thought the fights they were both 4-round fights, so you obviously need to win 3 rounds to get a decision win if you don't knock the guy out or get a knockdown. But Jaylan Phillips, I thought, deserved the nod in the first fight, and they didn't give it to him. I think Antoine Cobb kind of got saved by the fact that he's the house promoted fighter. But you gotta love Jaylan Phillips' attitude. He took it all in stride. And listen, man, it's very rare that you'll ever hear me ever clamor for this again. But here you have 2 guys who don't even have 10 pro fights. If you add up all their fights together, these guys don't even have 10 pro fights. Cobb has 3. Jaylan Phillips has 5. They got 8 pro fights combined. And we're sitting here talking about we want a trilogy. But you know what? I want a trilogy now because I want to see who is better once and for all. So what I want from Top Rank is I want the trilogy next year. I want it to be higher up on the card so both these guys can get their shine, because Antoine Cobb and Jaylan Phillips both deserve respect for taking on tough fights early in their career. And on top of that, I want both fighters compensated well. And on top of that, I would like both fighters to not be fighting in a 4-rounder. This is a rivalry and a trilogy that pretty much very few people in boxing know about. So I'm trying to bring it to people's attention. I really think that this is a fight that should happen, and it should be a 6-rounder. You know, if we can't decide, if they fought 8 rounds and you couldn't get a clear-cut, decisive winner, then you gotta up the rounds. 6-rounder. You know, you can even petition for an 8-rounder. I feel like if we get 8 rounds in this fight, I know neither guy's going 8 rounds, but if we get 8 rounds between these two guys, someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna want it more than the other in an 8-rounder, because neither one of them have gotten that far. So I want to see who really is better between these two, because there was not a lot of hype, but there was some little buzz going on with Antoine Cobb after his pro debut when he got the knockout, and then he's had these fights, and you know he's kind of died down a little bit. Jaylan Phillips is quite the opposite. He didn't have any hype, and he's always been brought in to lose because he didn't have that pretty amateur background and whatnot. So he's always been the guy that's been brought in to lose. But one thing about it, I know just from hearing things, because I know a lot of people in Vegas. I'm not gonna say everybody I know, but your boy BT's well connected. I don't gotta be in a city to know things that are going on. I could make a phone call and know things if I want to. So I get every now and then I talk to my people in Vegas, and I get things back from them about things they see in gyms and whatnot. And I'm not gonna divulge information, but what I will say is, from what I've heard, Jaylan Phillips has been working extremely hard. Not only does he do his training at City Athletic, but he's also been training a lot at the Top Rank gym. And he's been getting a lot of good work sparring with top guys at the Top Rank gym. And I constantly hear that Jaylan Phillips is constantly improving. And you know what? I gotta say it. Jaylan Phillips, this is a guy that was famous for sparring Rolly, but he's really becoming more famous for becoming one of the most improved fighters in the Las Vegas boxing scene. He's working very hard. And I also think that's why Top Rank's getting him the chance, because if he's sparring in the Top Rank gym and he's having those good showings against top guys, and he's giving Antoine Cobb hell in the ring, then he's gonna get his opportunity. So shout out to Jaylan Phillips, shout out to Antoine Cobb. I wish both these young fighters the best of luck going into 2023. I respect them both greatly for the great fights, for the tough fights they've taken with less than 10 fights combined. And I want this is the only trilogy I care about. I didn't care about no damn Canelo versus Golovkin. Tony Harrison, Jamel Charles, that's cute. But fuck that. Give me Antoine Cobb versus Jaylan Playin Phillips 3, and may the best man win. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below about that. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.